1970s fish tank platform shoes. The 1970s embraced garish and over-the-top styles, and few trends were as extreme as fish tank platform shoes. These shoes, often thought to be an urban legend, were real but cruel. Fish placed in the tanks often died due to jostling or broken shoes spilling water on dance floors. These shoes weren't mass-produced, but were sold in small boutique stores. Buyers could add water and live fish through removable platforms or flaps. Some even added gravel and plants for a full aquarium look. Thankfully, this tacky and cruel trend was short-lived and is now remembered as a joke about 1970s fashion excesses. An early lesson 1970s kids learn about things that seem too good to be true. For decades, comic book ads promised kids unbelievable products at unbelievably low prices. X-ray glasses, a submarine for two, or a manual to transform from weak to muscular all sounded too good to be true. When the products arrived, they were almost always disappointing. One of the biggest letdowns was sea monkeys. Ads showed a family of humanoid sea creatures with crowns and slender arms, including a sexy mommy posing suggestively. For just $1, kids expected these amazing creatures. In reality, the product fell far short of the promise. One of the stranger 1970s fads. The 1970s were full of strange fads, but few were as bizarre as the pet rock craze. Advertising executive Gary Dahl came up with the idea while joking with friends at a bar. They were complaining about how much work it took to care for their pets. Dahl joked about the perfect pet, a rock. Rocks don't need food, walks, grooming, or vet visits. They don't make messes, get sick, or die. For most people, it would have been just a drunken joke, but Dahl turned it into a business idea. He collected smooth rocks from Mexican beaches, marketed them as pet rocks, and sold millions. It was a fad that fit perfectly with the quirky culture of 1970s America, especially in the San Francisco Bay Area. The 1970s were probably the only decade when this idea might have worked. The pet rock idea seemed silly, but Gary Dahl believed in it. He collected smooth rocks from Rosarito Beach in Mexico for about a penny each. He wrote a humorous 32-page manual, The Care and Training of Your Pet Rock, with jokes and care instructions. The rocks came with birth certificates and were sold in straw-lined boxes, which were Dahl's biggest expense. He sold them for $3.95 each, and they were an instant hit. The craze lasted only a few months, but Dahl sold about 1.5 million pet rocks in just 2.5 months, eventually reaching 5 million sales. The fad made him a millionaire. Dahl later invested his earnings in a bar and tried other novelty products like red china dirt, but none matched the success of pet rocks. It was a once-in-a-lifetime phenomenon. The 1970s rocker who electrocuted himself lived on stage. Leslie Harvey, 1944 to 1972, the brother of 1970s glam rocker Alex Harvey, was a Scottish guitarist known for his work with various bands, most notably the blues rock band Stone the Crows, which he co-founded in 1969. Born in Glasgow, his career was marked by misfortunes that ultimately led to his tragic death. In the 1960s, Harvey turned down an offer to join the Animals to stay with his brother's band. The Animals went on to become famous, but Harvey's stint with his brother's band didn't work out. He later joined Blues Council, but the band disbanded after a tragic tour van crash claimed two members' lives. In 1969, Harvey formed Stone the Crows, managed by Led Zeppelin's Peter Grant. The band gained popularity, and by 1972, they were on the verge of major success. However, on May 3, 1972, tragedy struck during a sound check at Swansea Ballroom in Wales. Harvey, with wet hands from a rainy day, touched a poorly grounded microphone and was electrocuted on stage in front of a live audience. Stone the Crows disbanded shortly after his death.